Valley Basin Watermaster meeting for Tuesday, December 15th, 2020 at 4:30 in the afternoon. I call this meeting to order, and we'll stand for the pledge. I've asked Director Scott Mahone to lead us. Please repeat after me. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
President Hayes?
Here.
Vice President Huff?
Here.
Director Saban?
Here.
Director Byron?
Here.
Director McComb?
Here. Let's go on to number one, approval of the agenda. I'll entertain a motion and a second.
I'll make the motion.
Second. It's been moved by Vice President Hoffman and seconded by Director Saban. Roll call, please.
Director Byron?
Yes.
Director Saban?
Yes.
Director McComb?
Yes.
President Hayes?
Yes.
Vice President Huff?
Yes.
Number two is a public comment. This is the opportunity for members of the public to address the board on matters within the board's jurisdiction that are not listed on the agenda. Please limit comments 3 minutes or less. State law prohibits the board of directors from discussing or taking action on items not included on the agenda. Okay, is there any public comment by email or by phone?
All participants have been unmuted at this time. Should they have any public comment?
Seeing none, we'll bring it back to number 3, the consent calendar. Items on the consent calendar are acted upon by one motion, unless a board member wishes an item to be acted upon separately, in which case it will be removed from the consent calendar. Demand list 12/10/2020 and the 2020-06-02 meeting minutes. Entertain a motion and a second.
I'll make the motion.
Second. It's been moved by Vice President Hoffman, seconded by Director Byron. Roll call, please.
Director McComb?
Yes.
Vice President Huff?
Yes.
Director Saban?
Yes.
President Hayes?
Yes.
Director Byron?
Yes. Okay, let's go on to department items. 4A is Resolution 20-02, adopting a new rule regarding new minimal producers. And presenting this is our General Manager at Music.
Good evening, Mr. President, members of the board, staff, members of the public. Back in 1977, we became an adjudicated basin, and since that time, from time to time, we have issued and updated our rules and regulations regarding this adjudication. Staff is suggesting that we add a rule that for any future new wells, this does not impact any existing wells. It would just be for a new well. If someone seeks to put in one and gets a permit from the county or install a new well after March 1st of 2021, then they would have to connect to our system if our system ever became within 100 feet of their location. So all of these property owners would be aware of this before they would install a new well. So it doesn't impact anyone that currently has a well, whether they're using it or not. This is just for new wells going forward.
Within the district.
Within this adjudicated basin, yes. And I'd be happy to answer any questions following public comment.
Are there any emails or public comments by phone?
Receive no emails for public comment, and all participants are being unmuted at this time.
Is there anyone that would like to speak? I'm not hearing anyone, so we'll bring it back to the board. Is there comments?
Mr. President, I did receive 2 emails. I talked to one of the individuals. She was a little confused. She thought it would impact her current well. And then the other individual, I responded via email and told them to call me. I didn't have a contact number. Have not heard from them.
Okay. Director Sam?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Does this rule apply only to the Warren Valley Basin or to the entire district?
This is part of whichever adjudicated by the Watermaster.
Only adjudicated Warren Valley Basin
For the Watermaster.
for the Watermaster would be
comment?
So just quickly here, I'm going to paraphrase a couple of sentences on this rule 10E. Any person who drills or is seeking to drill a well within the Watermaster Basin will not be permitted to operate said well after March 2021 if the service line of a public water system exists and is brought within 100 feet of the property where the well is drilled or proposed to be drilled. Speaking specifically to that, it makes it sound like a well will be permitted.
Yes, it is.
But going further, it says that in Watermaster rules and regulations, it says minimal producing wells are not permitted within the basin, and within the Idaho Water District service boundary. So that, to me, makes it sound like somebody could say, well, my property is 102 feet away from a water line, therefore I'm allowed to have a well. When the Watermaster rules say wells are not permitted. So to me, that's a little confusing. If we can find that here. Where is it? Well, I'm not finding it here, but are wells allowed to drill within that Warren Basin? Well, I can't find it here right in front of me, but,
If, right now, I think our rule is 660 feet. If it's outside of that, they are entitled to drill a well. They just have to get court approval. And the adjudication does say that the Idaho District, board members are also the board members of the Watermaster. And if we were to try to prevent someone from drilling a well, we'd have to have proof why they shouldn't do it, like a water shortage or something. So we'd have to do a scientific study showing the negative impacts of them installing a well, which we don't have and aren't planning on doing. So we're not going to oppose someone putting in a well when they're 1,000 feet away from our system.
okay, so wells are allowed.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other comments?
But it's 100.
We're saying, once you get within 100 feet, you gotta connect to the main field. For wells installed after March 1st, 2021.
Any other comments? I'll entertain a motion in a second.
I'll make the motion.
Second? Is there a second? Second. It's been moved by Vice President Huff and seconded by Director Byron. Roll call, please.
Director Tatum?
Yes.
Director Byron?
Yes.
Vice President Huff?
Yes.
President Lee?
Yes.
Director Bishop?
Let's go on to 4B. And this is the request to drill new minimal producing well for parcels 0585-062-07 and 0585-062-08. And presenting this is General Manager Ed Dusick.
Yes, good evening again. We've had a couple individuals approach us. They sent a letter. They have some property that they're about to acquire, is over 1,000 feet. And we are not going to protest them trying to put a well in. Like I said earlier, the last agenda item, we'd have to have proof why they shouldn't be able to put one in. But it's up to them to go to the court, do all the paperwork, and get the court approval. We're not going to do anything to fight. So we feel that these two individuals, as long as they do what they need to do per the rules and regs of the Watermaster, should be fine to acquire the parcels and put in well to service those two parcels. And I'd be happy to answer any questions following public comment.
Are there any emails or are there any phone calls?
There's no emails on this item, and all participants will remain unmuted should they have, so they can have the opportunity to speak.
Are there any individuals that would like to make comment? I don't hear anybody.
That's okay.
That's okay, so we'll bring it back to the board. Is there any comments, questions, Director Steer?
No, I have two questions. Are they proposing one well each or one well for both?
One well for both.
One well for both, so they're sort of contiguous properties?
Correct.
I see. And then how many feet away from service?
1,000.
They're 1,000 feet away from the septic. Well, I'm perfectly happy to support, allow them to drill a well in those cases. And proceed.
Director Burr?
And the applicants have been made aware of our rules, our regulations, that they have to put in a meter, the cost of the water, the potential fines and so on. And they agree to that. Okay, thanks.
Director McCollum?
Thank you, Mr. President. So this was the source of my confusion. Here on agenda item 4B, in the background, according to the current Warren Valley Basin Watermaster rules and regulations, it is not permitted to use normal producing well to drill. So why is that in there?
They have to get court approval. I know it's somewhat confusing, but.
Yeah, because it says what, so the court and the Watermaster.
So anyone just can't go out, buy property and put a well in without going to the courts and getting court approval.
The court and the Watermaster are two different entities, right?
Pardon?
The court, no?
It's an adjudicated basis, and the court has put High Desert Water District's board as the, board of the Watermaster.
Okay, so the board is the Watermaster, correct?
Right.
Okay. The court is the court, so, okay, well, again, this was just confusing to me because I'm reading in one place it says not permitted. I mean, if it's allowed, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Well, so, okay.
Anyone else? Question, comment? All right, I entertain a motion in a second.
I'll make a motion.
One second.
It's been moved by Vice President Huff and seconded by Director McCollum. Roll call, please.
Vice President Huff?
Yes.
President Gaines?
Yes?
Director Byron?
Yes.
Director McComb?
Yes.
Director State?
Yes.
And now we go to the 2019-2020 Watermaster report, and I believe this will be presented by Glenn Ware, production engineer. Foreman, I should say. Sorry about that.
John, he has a PowerPoint.
There's a PowerPoint.
Can you guys hear me all right? Yes, sir.
There we go.
Good evening, President Mays, board members, fellow staff, and members of the public. My name is Glenn Ware. I'm the production foreman for the High Desert Water District, and I'm here tonight to give you an overview of the Warren Valley Basin Watermaster for the 2019 to 20 water year. We're going to start off with water produced. Water produced from the 2019-20 water year from within the Warren Valley Basin totaled 2,550 acre feet. This is a decrease from the 18 to 19 water year of 2,860 acre feet. High Desert Water District produced a total of 2,221 acre feet, which is 326 acre feet less than last year. Well 2 West produced 34 acre feet, and this well is leased to the San Bernardino County and aids in supplying water to Pioneer County. Hawks Landing at Blue Sky. Hawks Landing produced 294 acre feet this water year, and they produced 20 acre feet more than they did last year. The allotment for Hawks Landing per year is 585 acre feet, and once again, they're well within their limits there. Moving on to the Joshua Tree Retreat Center. The Retreat Center produced 35 acre feet, which is 4 acre feet less than they did last year. They have an allotment of 80 acre feet per year, and we continue to maintain a good working relationship with them. Ames Basin. Water deliveries from sources outside of the Warren Valley Basin were limited to water produced by High Desert Water District Well 24E, and it totaled 709 acre feet, which accounted for 24.2% of the water produced by the High Desert Water move on to the top producing wells in the Warren Valley Basin. I'm gonna give it in acre feet here and start with the highest one. Well 20 West produced 468 acre feet. Well 14E, 438 acre feet. Well 9 West, 383 acre feet. Well 12E, 333 acre feet. And then Hawks Landing at Blue Sky, BS1, 294 acre feet. Those are the top producing wells in the Warren Basin. Moving on to state water. Imported supplies of water for artificial groundwater recharge use total 1,509.58 acre feet. When you adjust this for 2% water loss factors, it comes to 1,479 acre feet. Groundwater surface elevation changes. Wells have shown both an increase and decrease in water surface elevation. Increases range from 2 to 12 feet, while decreases range between 2 and 7 feet. Precipitation was 4.26 inches less during the 2019 to 2020 water year when compared to the year before. Water quality. Nitrate levels in most wells stayed consistent and remained well below the MCL. However, in October of 2019, well 11 West was taken out of production due to increased nitrate levels. TDF levels remained consistent with no significant increases. Onward to precipitation. The precipitation for the 2019-2020 water year was 6.81 inches. Precipitation for the water year 2018 to 19 was 11.07 inches. Again, note 4+ inches less of precipitation from last year compared to this year. That concludes the report. Does anyone have any questions?
Are there any emails or comments by the phone?
No emails regarding this, and all participants are still unmuted, so they are going to listen.
I don't hear anybody, so I'll bring it back to the board. Any comments, questions? Director McCollum.
226 acre feet decrease from this year to last. What made that happen?
That water produced?
Yeah. The conservation more than anything. Is that it? Yeah. That's what we did.
But,
we didn't have the construction, project going on too, so that helps too.
The sewer project.
Yeah, it finished now.
Yeah, we actually had an increase when that started, and it stayed true for a couple of years. So with that dying off, it tapered off.
Anyone else? Good job. It was very simple and very understandable.
Thank you.
Great job, Glenn.
I want to thank all the fellow Warren Valley producers, Hawks Landing, and the retreat center, and their staff at both places. They've been great this year, as they are every year. The production staff for gathering all this information, and Cammy Zinnerman, who actually put this report together. I'm just here to deliver it to you. She did a great job helping with this, so a lot of people involved with this to produce it every year. I just wanted to thank them. That's true. All right, thank you.
Mr. President, this does call for board action. The board to review and consider adopting the annual report for the period October 1st through September 30th.
I need a motion and a second.
moved.
Second. It's been moved by Director Statham and seconded by Vice President Huff. A roll call, please.
President Gann?
Yes.
Director Byron?
Yes.
Director McCollum?
Yes.
Director Statham?
Yes.
Vice President Huff?
Yes.
Okay, let's go on to number 5, and that is the Director's report comments. Any comments by Sure. What's up?
No report.
How about Director Byron? Very important. How about Director Statham?
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And Director, Vice President Hunt?
And the same. Very good.
And I say Merry Christmas to all of you, and thank you for being so patient and with us all the time. We appreciate it.
President Haynes, I'm sorry to interrupt, I just want to remind you that Debbie is online with us.
And Debbie's here. Hello, Debbie, we waited at you. We're glad that you're listening in through Zoom. So, sorry that you couldn't be here in person, but at least you were able to see us.
There we go.
That's good.
Merry Christmas to everybody.
Thank you. Let's go on to number 6, Manager's Report. Chief Financial Officer, John Avadesco.
I don't have anything to report, thank you.
Chief Plant Operator, Doug Colbert. General Manager, Mike Colbert.
Thank you, I just wanted to say thank you to Glenn and Tammy, they did a great job putting this order together. I didn't have to help at all, they did everything this year, which was awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's great. Let's go on and the upcoming agenda items. Any upcoming agenda items? Then I'll call for adjournment at 4:52. Thank you for coming. Thank you.